Hey, bro. Mine is on 13 Hours of Darkness. No issues with light leaks. Still no flowers, pistils after 10 days. It is feminized GG4. What should I do next? So first, I do a 12-12 versus 13. That might slow the process a little bit because you have to kind of think about it for outdoor plants, right? The plants, they actually start flowering when the plants drop below 15.5 hours of light and they go into full flowering, and you really see the flowers. If you're in the 34, 35, I think it's longitudinal line area, you're going to be seeing those flowers in like the third week of July, right? But those plants, they drop below 15.5 hours of light around the 34, 35 longitudinal line for outdoor plants. They drop below that line, that more than 16 hours of light time period. I have to double check around like the third or fourth week in June, maybe the first week in July time period. So they had been in flowering for about a month already before people in outdoor start to see those plants. And why is that, right? For me, my hypothesis or my guess, my opinions like asshole, everyone has one, is that with that slower amount of time, instead of being at that 12 on 12 hour right there in the very beginning, that's why you have a blackout period to force it to flowering so the flowers come in sooner. You're slowing that process down. Then second, GG4, I know it says GG4, but you never know. Every plant has their own genetic characteristics, and potentially that plant might have a longer flowering time. I should look this up real quick. Okay, so flowering time for GG4, they're saying is about 63 days. So that's about 2 months. They're saying it's about normal 8-week or 9-weeker. Still though, every plant has their own genetics, their own genetic traits. There is a chance that maybe the finishing time for this plant might be around 70 days. So then that initial couple weeks might be a little slower than a regular 8-weeker. So at the end of the day, I don't know everything. When something isn't working the way it works normally with the majority of how we do it, I normally don't mess with it because for me, it's going to have its own learning curve. I might give it a little grace period of a few days, but if it becomes finicky or it starts to distract me from the majority of my crop because that's my investment, right? I get rid of it because it's just not worth my time. It's not worth the time and energy to put into it. I don't care how great the genetics could be unless you want to learn a new plant. And then at that point, if you learn a new plant, then you might have something that no one else has, and it might create another level of value for yourself and the market you're supplying that medicine to. And just think outside the box on these small little things that we all see in this industry at times, and to just not fixate on it, but to have an ultimatum. If this happens and it's distracting me too much from my majority of my crop, get rid of it. If you want to invest some time into it, just be prepared that this plant isn't going to be a distraction. You're investing time into it to discover how to grow it because of its potential. So by shifting your mindset on how to approach the problem, you will get a better outcome no matter what happens, just because of your mindset. I know some of the videos I create aren't always about the specific topic, and sometimes I don't always answer your guys' question, but I do try to give you guys a way to think through the problem so that it allows you to move forward and you don't fixate too long, because these plants grow quick. And if you spend too much time on one thing, you're going to miss out on the opportunity of being able to see the potential of all the rest of the plants that you have in your grow room. Anyways, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great grow, everyone.